I have been playing a ton of Wuthering Waves recently. This could arguably be one of the biggest gacha releases of its respective year whenever it ultimately ends up releasing. And while technically you can't get in and play the game yourself right now, there is one game in specific that this game takes a lot of reference from that you can. That game is Punishing Gray Raven. Arguably one of the best action gacha games in the entire genre. And I know Punishing Gray Raven has been out for a couple years now. I know that a lot of us have been waiting for the PC release of the game. And for those of you that are interested, I have some information here, some news here that might be exactly what you're after. Before we get into specifics though, I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys are absolutely incredible and allow for me to continue covering gacha games like this for a living. I cannot thank you all enough. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch, where I will be streaming exactly what we're talking about today during the time we are allotted. So a couple of days ago, the Punishing Gray Raven Twitter made a tweet stating, "Dear Commandants, please fill out the form before the 8th of May. It is currently the 5th of May as a recording. It will be the probably 7th of May by the time this video goes live, because admittedly I do have a Wuthering Waves video going up tomorrow, to get a chance to participate in the onboarding test. You can read the onboarding test FAQs below for more information. We'll go over that in a second. But you're going to want to navigate on over to this form. You're going to want to fill it out accurately, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to play the official PC version of Punishing Gray Raven. This version of the game is playable without an emulator. Now, I actually got to participate in both the previous PC test phases, and let me tell you, I had a lot of fun. I feel like the first test phase wasn't perfect. The second test phase made a lot of improvements over the first test phase, and ultimately my experience was much better than I had anticipated it being. There were still some issues that I had encountered during both first and second test phases. I'm hoping, since this third test phase is likely going to be the last, because I do anticipate an official PC launch in the next couple months, I'm hoping they make the improvements that are necessary, specifically pertaining to the issues that I had, that will fully and truly allow for Punishing Gray Raven to be a competitor in terms of anime RPGs on PC. Before I go any further, I do want to note, earlier today, I woke up to the announcement, well, approximately 12 hours now, given the day is almost over, but I woke up to the announcement from the Punishing Gray Raven Twitter that goes on to state, "Dear Commandant, time to suit up. We're about to sail to a new world. 5:15 mission initiates," with the text stating, "The PC client is coming soon, May 15th. I know in the video, I was pretty much just specifically discussing the beta test, the final PC beta test, but it looks like almost immediately after the beta concludes, it's launching. So, that's awesome. But the FAQ has a few questions that might be worth reading through. How long will the onboard test last? This is definitely important. It will be open from the 11th of May until the 15th of May. So it looks like the test phase is going to last for 4 days. What is the purpose of the onboarding test? It is to solely test for technical stability and to find potential severe bugs on the PC client to prepare for its official. So yeah, here we go. This is in preparation for its full official launch. This is the last test phase that is going to take place. They are working on ironing out any issues that might arise because they're expecting to release in the very near future. What is new this time? In-game purchases will be enabled on the PC client. However, same as the rules on iOS and Android clients, you cannot spend rainbow cards purchased on other platforms. Now, I will be honest here, during the previous test phase, I did load up on about $50 worth of premium currency, and I made polls in an active effort to get Selena Cappuccino, and I got her. I was very happy. I wish I'd done that during the first test phase, and I wish I'd gotten Vera Garnet, but unfortunately I didn't. Nevertheless, how can I provide? So I also want to note here, this is incredibly important. I cannot stress how important this is. A lot of beta testers that took place in various different beta tests that I have been a part of have gotten into the test phase. They've played a little bit of the test and they've immediately went, "This game is shit. I'm leaving." And that's it. They encountered bugs, they encountered issues, and they immediately slammed the game for being a shit game. And instead of providing feedback that could have helped aid the development and specifically the direction that the game continued, they just opted to trash it and move on. That is not what this test phase is for. Please, we need people that actually care about the PC version of the game to leave direct feedback. These beta tests are not to just have fun in, they are specifically to test as much as possible, so when it does officially launch on PC, we can avoid as many issues as possible. The more issues that occur, the less fun we'll have. How many players will be selected for the test phase? Approximately 6,000. That's really not many. That is not many at all, given there are millions of players that play Punishing Gray Raven. How will I know if I've been selected? I'll send you an email to the email address that you provided on the application form. So it looks like they will be sending them out between May 8th and May 10th, with the test phase once again going live on May 11th. So you'll have approximately 24 hours to go ahead and prepare to experience what is arguably the best form that Punishing Gray Raven can take. I have played Punishing Gray Raven on iOS. I played Punishing Gray Raven in an emulator. Both of them are kind of shit. Playing it on PC, phenomenal. And I don't mean they're shit games. I mean, I don't like the controls. I feel like playing an action game with your on a tiny little screen with your giant thumbs is just incredibly awkward. I do not enjoy it. I have big fat thumbs, so my thumbs obscure a lot of the screen. PC is where it's at. I'm excited to get into this. I can't believe, honestly, that they're doing a third beta test, and I'm glad they are. We're gonna need to iron out every issue we can before then. Now, if Punishing Gray Raven isn't your thing, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of more interest to you. One featuring a list of every gacha game launching this month. The other featuring a whopping 600 pulls that I did in Wuthering Waves just the other day. Spoiler alert, it was awesome.